What's going on? Al High, host of the Casual Highlight Podcast and founder of Highlight Sports. I just had a random sports thought for a moment. College football has been very unusual this year, not just because of the pandemic, but we know the usual suspects are in the championship talk. The power, the college football playoff, the Alabama, the Clemson. Now we could put in that deal probably the Ohio State University. The usual three suspects, and then a random wild card tend to be up in there. But usually we always see Alabama and Clemson. And as a fan, you know, I want to see something different every now and then. But you got to beat the best. You got to be the best. You got to beat the best. So comes a question to these other Power 5 schools. Yeah, LSU won last year, but that was like a rare for LSU to come out the SEC when Alabama has usually dominated the SEC. So my question to you, Big 12 schools, Pac-12, what are you doing differently that Alabama has not done for you to draw recruits? To my Big 12 teams, what are you doing differently? Is the question. They got a coach in Jackson, Mississippi by the name of Deion Sanders. And he had on history the other day for his signing day, the best recruiting class in the history of SWAC, the best hands down, the best signing day in black college football history. I mean, he bringing people from D1 schools coming to HBCU Jackson State. Could we say it's just the swag of Deion Sanders? Could we say it's the George Floyd effect? I mean, we could probably put that stuff in there. But we talking about maybe in the next, if Deion Sanders stays at Jackson State in the next 5 years, you possibly have a powerhouse potential of maybe going up against Alabama and at least playing like or not even Alabama, maybe like a, you know, or have a chance up against like a Michigan. Well, we could even say Alabama because he's pulling recruits from Florida State, flipping them JUCO prospects and top JUCO prospects in the country to come to Jackson State. His pitch is, I'm recruiting players who can play on Sunday. To play on Sunday. So, because I believe fans are they want to see something different. Oh, we respect the wins of Alabama and the greatness of Alabama, the greatness of Clemson, and that type. But we want to see a challenge. We want to see somebody give these teams a challenge. We don't want to see Alabama blowing everybody out. I mean, Nick Saban has his boys prepared, and they're doing what they're doing, and they're blowing everybody out. Okay, cool. But we now want to see these other teams rise to the occasion. We want to see the Tennessees of the world rise to the occasion. We'd like to see something happen in Mississippi, whether it's Leach or Lane Kiffin. Step up to the plate and knock off Alabama for once. Or the ACC, North Carolina, Florida State. Everybody talk about the U is back. Every year, the last couple years, oh, the U is back. The U is back. Throw the U up. The U is back. And then what happens when they play Clemson? Well, we don't know what happened to them after that. When they get ran over for 500 some yards. Ain't nobody throwing up a U right now. What are you doing differently that's going to bring the recruits in so you can be able to go up against the Alabama and the Clemsons and dare I say, let's put Ohio State in there because they're dominant right now as well. What are you doing differently? Because right now, what I see at Jackson State right now with Deion Sanders and what he's doing, I mean, he bringing back he's doing stuff that even maybe he's gonna do things that even Eddie Robinson. You know, Eddie Robinson coached at Grambling for about over 40 years. Doggone near 50 years. And if Deion stays at Jackson State, could probably, man, break all the records of Eddie Robinson, and even when it's sending players to the NFL. So we'll see what happens. I'm looking forward to what the SWAC is doing, and now, you know, the SWAC is becoming a bigger conference now. You have Florida A&M, you have Bethune-Cookman coming to the SWAC. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. But this year, college football, man, man, look, it's been boring. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna call it like it is. It's just been boring. I mean, yeah, I watched Notre Dame, play Clemson, but shoot, Clemson didn't have Trevor Lawrence. The other quarterback who was a freshman, he did good, and Clemson should have beat Notre Dame. Ain't no power in the name of Notre Dame. It's no lore in it, like, it's Notre Dame. Ain't really no excitement in Notre Dame, or you're fighting Irish. Ain't nothing exciting about that. You got a gold helmet on. Okay. Cool. Go up there and go beat Alabama and go beat Clemson convincingly. And then we can have the conversation. All right, people, this is Al High, founder of Highlight Sports, host of a great podcast called The Casual Highlight. Been off for a couple days. Reminding you all to please have a safe and enjoyable holiday. Wear your mask properly. I don't want to see nobody. I don't want to see you with your mask down here. I don't want to see it with your thing right there. No. You put the mask on like that and you wear it how you're supposed to wear it. Until next time, though, disrespect your senses.